So let's talk about these tariffs. You've heard the name Trump, right? Yes, that one. He had this big idea. He called it America First. The plan was to make American businesses stronger by taxing goods coming in from other countries. Think of it like a cover charge for foreign products. The hope? You'd buy American stuff instead. Simple. The theory was, if foreign goods cost more, bingo. American companies would suddenly look amazing. They'd sell more, hire more, build more factories. It was meant to bring jobs back home, protect industries that were supposedly struggling, like steel, aluminium, the classics. The aim was to rebalance trade deficits, make America a manufacturing superpower again. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. When you tax imported goods, who pays? Often it's not the foreign company, it's the American company that buys those goods. And guess what they do? They pass the cost to you. Suddenly America First feels a bit like you pay first. And there's another spicy meatball in this policy, soup retaliation. Now, hold on to your hats, folks, because this is where the story gets properly wild. Amazon, the place you buy everything from books to that weird banana slicer. Well, word on the street, hot off the digital press, Amazon has apparently just packed its bags and said, "Ta-ta, America." Yes, you heard that right. The e-commerce giant is fleeing the nest. Unbelievable. This isn't just moving a few servers, people. This is a seismic shift. Imagine waking up and Amazon.com says, "Sorry, we've relocated. Send your dollars elsewhere." The company that defined online shopping in America, the one with warehouses bigger than small towns, has decided the US is no longer its prime location. This is like the Beatles leaving Liverpool, but for capitalism, the news is still fresh, details are emerging, but the whispers, the loud whispers, are about tariffs, those very same tariffs we were just discussing. It seems the cost of doing business became too much. Too unpredictable, too constricting for a global giant. Imagine the meetings, right? Team, new plan, we're off. So why would Amazon, this retail titan, make such a drastic move? Well, it all comes back to how these tariffs work. Amazon sells billions of products. A huge chunk of those are made overseas. Think electronics from China, clothes from Vietnam, all those gadgets, gizmos and garments. The tariffs imposed under Trump's policies slapped extra costs on these. Suddenly, bringing these goods into America got very pricey. Amazon's business model relies on volume and efficiency, and, let's be honest, often on razor-thin margins for many items. They want to offer you the best price, quickly. Tariffs throw a massive spanner in those works. If every third-party seller or Amazon itself has to pay an extra 10%, 15%, or even 25% on imports, that cost has to go somewhere, doesn't it? It either means higher prices for us, the shoppers, or Amazon absorbs it, which hits their bottom line. Hard. Consider the complexity for a moment. Amazon deals with countless suppliers globally. Right, so Amazon has supposedly flown the coop. What does this mean for you, the average shopper, the person who relies on that two-day Prime delivery for everything from birthday presents to emergency cat food? Well, brace yourselves, it's probably not good news. First off, prices, if you can even get stuff. Those items that used to be a click away might be pricier or simply unavailable in the good old US of A. Think about the convenience. That's Amazon's superpower, that magic of ordering something in your pajamas, and it appearing on your doorstep almost before you've made tea. That could change dramatically, couldn't it? If Amazon's US operations are significantly scaled back or altered, delivery times might get longer, much longer. The range of products could shrink considerably. Your Prime membership might start feeling a bit, less Prime. It's like your favorite takeaway suddenly moving to another continent. And it's not just about buying things. Now, here's a chilling thought for you. If a giant like Amazon decides America is too tough a place, what about the other businesses, the smaller ones, or even other big players in the global market? Might they look at Amazon's alleged dramatic exit and start thinking, maybe they've got a point? It's like when the first penguin jumps off the iceberg. Suddenly everyone else starts looking over the edge. This could be the start of a rather unwelcome trend. Businesses, big or small, are not fans of uncertainty. They hate it. It's like kryptonite to investment. Trump's tariffs and the trade spats they ignited created a fog of unpredictability over US commerce. Companies couldn't plan for the future with confidence. Are tariffs going up, down, sideways, on which goods? This constant will they, won't they, is exhausting and very, very expensive for businesses trying to manage supply chains. It makes other countries with more stable trade policies look very attractive. Think about companies that rely heavily on imported components. Tech companies, car manufacturers, fashion brands. Many of them operate on a global scale. They need to source parts and materials from all over. Section 6, the jobs vanish when America First means fewer paychecks. Let's talk about jobs, because that was a big promise. America First was meant to bring jobs back, remember? Protect American workers. Sounded good, didn't it? But if a behemoth like Amazon actually leaves the US or drastically scales down its American operations, what happens to the hundreds of thousands of people it employs? We're talking warehouse workers, delivery drivers, software engineers, marketing folks, customer service agents. That's a lot of paychecks suddenly at risk. The irony here is almost too much to bear. A policy designed to protect American jobs could end up causing one of America's largest employers to say, right, we're off then. That's quite the own goal. The direct job losses from an Amazon departure would be staggering. Imagine entire communities built around Amazon fulfillment centers. What happens to them? The local coffee shops, the small businesses, the ripple effect on employment could be devastating. It's not just numbers, it's people's lives. Section 7. Economists facepalm, we told you so. Now, you might be thinking, did anyone see this coming? Well, yes, a lot of people actually. Economists, bless their spreadsheets and charts, have been warning about the dangers of aggressive tariffs for ages. It's not like they were quiet about it. They were shouting from the rooftops, many of them, saying things like, trade wars are not good actually, and they are not easy to win. Sound familiar? It's the economic equivalent of touching a hot stove. You get burned. The general consensus among most economists is clear. Protectionism in the long run harms the economy it's trying to protect. Sure, it might offer a short-term shield to a few industries, but the overall cost is usually much higher. Higher prices for consumers, which means less purchasing power. Retaliatory tariffs from other countries which hurt your exporters. Disrupted supply chains which create chaos for businesses. It's a recipe for economic self-sabotage, many argue. Like trying to win a race by putting lead weights in your own shoes. Many experts pointed out that tariffs are basically taxes. Taxes on your own people and your own businesses. Section 8, Uncle Sam, isolated, the global fallout of a tech giant's departure. The fictional departure of a company like Amazon from the US isn't just an American domestic issue. Oh no, this sends massive shockwaves across the entire globe. It changes how the world sees America as a place for business. For decades, the US was the gold standard, wasn't it? The land of opportunity, innovation, stable markets, the place where global companies wanted to be. A move like this by such a prominent US-born company seriously dents that image. It's a big red flag. International investors will be watching this very closely. They look for stability, predictable policies, and a welcoming environment. If America starts looking like a place where tariff policies can shift dramatically and force even giants to flee, that makes investors very nervous indeed. They might start thinking twice about pouring money into the US. Perhaps we'll invest in Europe or Asia or somewhere less volatile. This could mean less foreign direct investment, which is crucial for growth. Section 9, after the storm rebuilding America's business appeal. So if this nightmare scenario with Amazon has indeed unfolded, what's next for the American economy and its businesses? It's a pretty stark wake-up call, isn't it? A clear signal that policies have real, tangible consequences. Sometimes those consequences are far-reaching and deeply damaging. The immediate priority would be damage control, obviously, trying to reassure other businesses, both domestic and international. But that's easier said than done when a flagship company has just bolted. Trust, once lost, is incredibly hard to regain. The path to rebuilding America's appeal as a top business destination would be long and would require a fundamental rethink of trade policy. It means moving away from unpredictable unilateral tariff actions and towards more stable, collaborative international agreements. Businesses need to know what to expect. They need a level playing field and clear rules, not a constant guessing game based on political whims. This whole episode, if true, highlights the need for consistency and a recognition that in a globalized world, no economy is an island. Ultimately, the goal should be to create an environment where business is to be, not one they feel forced to flee. This means investing in education, infrastructure, and innovation.